I'm Christine Johnson.
And I'm Maurice Dubois. Dana is off tonight. New information here on a second shutdown in parts of the city.
Governor Cuomo laid out a plan this afternoon to break up so-called COVID clusters in high-risk areas in the city. And it includes closing schools and non-essential businesses, banning mass gatherings, and reinstating restaurant restrictions in certain areas. CBS 2 political reporter Marcia Kramer live at City Hall tonight with details and also reaction. Marcia?
Well, Christine and Maurice, it was day 2 of Governor Cuomo's criticizing Mayor de Blasio for having an ineffective plan for dealing with the COVID clusters. So typical Cuomo, he came up with his own plan, and for Cuomo, it all depends on limiting mass gatherings. This is video of a concert said to be in Fallsburg last night. Few masks, no social distancing, showing how hard it may be for New York City to get a handle on the COVID clusters because another concert is planned for tomorrow night. Sullivan County officials tell CBS 2 they're still trying to get a handle on the event, but in the meantime, the governor came up with a complex plan to deal with COVID clusters. In New York City, there are 9 hot zone zip codes and 13 on a watch list.
A law doesn't work if you're too incompetent or too politically frightened to enforce it.
The governor says he drew up a plan of concentric circles, not zip codes. If you're in the red circle, the highest level of infection, houses of worship can have a maximum of 10 people. Mass gatherings are prohibited. Only essential businesses can remain open. Restaurants are limited to takeout, and schools are closed. The limits are slightly relaxed in what he calls the orange and yellow zones. The governor slammed Mayor de Blasio for putting out a plan that he thought was unworkable, and again talked about the city's lack of enforcement.
You didn't enforce the first rule. I come up with a second rule. If you don't enforce it, we're right back where we started.
The mayor and the governor, who have clashed on many issues, continue to be miles apart on mask enforcement. Cuomo wants those not wearing masks to get summonses. De Blasio would rather give them a mask and tell them to wear it.
I wonder if you think that more fines for not mask wearing is something that you should be doing, whether you should step up enforcement.
What I think is clear here is this is a problem beyond the normal enforcement approach. This is a problem that requires larger restrictions for the community.
Police Commissioner Dermot Shea had a 2-word answer when he was asked whether cops would be instructed to be tougher.
Absolutely not.
Shea seemed miffed that for days Governor Cuomo has used his press conferences to rage about the lack of enforcement in New York City. He offered what might be the ultimate put-down.
I stopped watching those press conferences a long time ago.
So Governor Cuomo wants the plan to be in place by tomorrow, but he's giving localities a grace period until Friday. A spokesperson for Mayor de Blasio said they'll do education and outreach in the communities tomorrow and start enforcing it on Thursday. However, there was no mention of the governor's request that the city provide 400 people to work on a special state enforcement squad. Reporting live from City Hall, I'm Marcia Kramer, CBS 2 News.
Marcia, thank you.